Hey guys, Regular Guy Barbecue. We're
Hello.
hanging out at our table here doing Pokemon again.
Pokemon.
And you guys remember we built this deck a short time ago out of some cards that we got out of a box opening or a box and a half that we opened
Still even know
of Vivid Voltage. And we built it pretty much centered around a metal type deck. And this video here, we're just trying to upgrade the deck a little bit. Now, again, if you remember out of that video, we only had one set of cards to pick from, so our trainer package and things was kind of limited to what we could put in our deck based on what was in that set, and that set was not great for trainers. And contrary to what a lot of people that may be just getting started believe, trainers is really what makes your deck go round. Trainers, supporters, that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we recently did a box opening and got some more cards, some Sword and Shield and a few other sets that were in these various boxes that we opened or packs that we opened. So we're looking through some of the trainers in here just to try to upgrade what we have in this deck currently. Now this is Ordinary Rod. Ordinary Rod says choose one or both. Shuffle up to 2 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck and up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. This is what we call a recovery engine card, and we kind of like those, so we're going to put that one aside and possibly try to find room in the deck. This one's for Psychic Pokemon, so we're not too concerned about that. Cybold, choose up to 2 of your Rapid Strike Pokemon. We don't have any Rapid Strike in our deck, so that one won't be usable. Pokekit. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. That's kind of a no-brainer right there, yep. Potion, pretty thin, heals 20 damage.
We got the Moo Cheese.
Right, we got
Moo
Cheese, which does more, so. This is called Tool Jammer. Not a great card for this deck, because there's, to my knowledge anyway, currently, and I may be wrong, there's not a lot of high-end tool cards that really help out an overwhelming. Yeah, Rocky Helmet, but you know, whatever.
That would hurt us more than anything.
Yeah, Memory Capsule isn't amazing. It lets you use other evolutions attacks. We don't really need that.
Yeah, the Metagross you're never really attacking
exactly.
anyway.
Nessa's for water, so we don't need that. Memory Capsule again. Now here's one that we only found one of so far, but this is Level Ball. Lets you search your deck for any guy that has 90 HP or less. Well, we've got the Beldums and we've got the Drillburs, so that might be something we try to put into this deck. Single strike style Mustard. Again, for a single strike deck, we don't have that, so that's not usable for us. Single strike, once again, not something we can use. Pokegear 3.0 says, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal a supporter you find, put it in your hand, and then shuffle afterwards. Supporter cards are huge in this game, so we'll probably put that in our deck. The Aurora Energy I thought was cool, but since pretty much everything we need is metal or colorless.
You'd rather use these.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So
like
we
if
don't
we
really
had
need
more
that.
different colors, it'd be better.
Yeah, here's a Bisharp, but we don't have really a need for him. Now Lily, now this is a great card. Because this says draw till you have 6, and if it's your first turn, draw until you have 8. Huge supporter. So
I love using her.
We're definitely going to play that. Weeding Gloves hurts grass decks. Not really this time for that. Super or Scoop Up Net is for Pokemon V or GX. We run a V in our deck, but
not enough.
Not really. We only use 2, so there's that. Old PC. Flip 2 coins at both their heads. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand. And maybe it's a coin flip card. So look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck. Put them on top of your deck in any order. For the Expedition Uniform, maybe that's good. And then this one here again is Rapid Strike Pokemon, which we're not using, so we'll put that aside as well. Now, we've got 6 cards, potentially 7 to add to our deck somewhere. The question is where?
I already know where you can put Lily.
Well, let's do one thing at a time, okay? Generally speaking, when I build a deck, about 14 energies is kind of where I like to max out. This deck currently has 16. So the first thing we can do is probably take out 2 basic energies. So why don't you take out 2 of those, and we'll leave them there. So we're going to try to get 6 cards out of this deck. The B supporter says discard the top 5 cards and attach any energy cards you discarded this way to your benched fighting Pokemon any way you like. We literally have one line that has 1 fighting Pokemon in it, so that's probably a couple of cards that we might necessarily need. And let's see, 2 more that we can probably use. I'm thinking we could probably take out a 1/1 Excadrill line. Because we still leaves us with 12 basic Pokemon and 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 evolutions, which is still 19 Pokemon, which is still kind of a lot for my liking. So we're going to remove one of each of those. Okay, and there we go. So we're now going to have 6 spots in our deck that we can add those 6 other trainer and supporter cards to give us a little bit more draw engine and search engine to get things that we need. Yeah.
If I may, I know
Sure.
we got the 6th. We're not really sure about what to get the 7th.
Uh-huh.
I think it was this Alistair card, right?
Yep.
That does.
Draw 3 and then discard at least 1.
Well, which one's the first turn one?
That's Beauty.
Beauty.
Yep.
With Lily being another first turn card, I think
Mhm.
if we swapped 1 for 1 it would work because they have a similar perk.
True. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm okay with that.
Because then we can get all 7 in.
Right, so then what we'll do then is we'll put the 7th card, the old PC, in, which is a coin flip card, but we're going to try it anyway. So we'll slide that in there as well.
With Lily being a better of the 2 cards, you're going to want her more over.
Generally speaking, I would agree. So if you have 4 Lilies over 4 Beauties, you'd be better off. Yes, absolutely. Since we only have 1 in this pile that we've got here, and we're going to throw that one on the floor.
If you do anyway.
We probably have more Lily cards somewhere around here from our days of gone by of playing this game, and we can go back and dig in that pile to see. But for those of you that are just starting out, and maybe these are the only things you have to build from, gives you an idea of what you can do.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we're trying to do this from the ground up, like we've never bought a Pokemon card before. So that's the goal. Yeah. All right. So then what we'll do is we'll put this deck together again and reshuffle it and try to draw out of it and see how much better it does draw than it did before. Now I did a couple of just drawing hands and playing a few turns in my head, just going through the motions of showing how this could play out.
Drawing
And
hands is hard.
it's been a little clunky. It's been a little slow because we need to get our Metagross out. We need to get our Steelix out to be our attacker. And it just was a little bit slower than what it should be.
You want heads or tails, Dad? See what you go for.
All right, I'm going to get heads. I go first. If I get tails, I go second. I'll take tails. And it's tails, so I get to go first. There you go.
So what the way the first turn is,
Yeah.
you can't play supporter first turn.
Right.
And you can't, well, your first turn.
My first turn.
And then, no, I think it's whoever goes first can't.
Whoever goes first can't play a supporter, and
you
they
go
can't,
second, you
and they
can.
can't attack.
Yes.
I believe. Now these rules have changed off and on over the years. We're a little rusty, so if we're wrong, you can let us have a comment below to tell us, no, you can do this instead of that on your first turn, yada yada yada.
See why it matters is because it helps us dictate the flow of your deck.
Exactly.
The game, not backing things
It
out.
makes a huge difference because if I start with that Beldum, for example, and the Beldum says call for family, and I can attack first turn and go get 2 more basic Pokemon to put on my bench, that's a huge thing. So we kind of need to know that. So if you have a comment below that tells me, yes, you can attack if you go first in the game first turn. No, you can't. Whatever. You guys saw when we put in the Lily and the Beauty cards in our deck, we can't normally play a supporter if we go first, but those cards allow us to because they have special conditions.
Just doing this to remind myself and
what?
him
Of
that he's
what?
going first.
Oh yeah. And I do this. I separate this into piles just to give me a little bit better shuffle. Again, these are advanced tactics and tricks and things that we'll go through in other videos to just show you the purpose behind them. But it helps you to mix your deck up a little more. Because we had everything stacked up, all the Pokemon over there, all the trainers in the
That
middle.
way you're not cheating.
Yeah, because you want to mix your cards up too. You don't want to have all your energy cards at the top because you're never going to draw a Pokemon. So you want a variety of cards that come out of your deck first. Some Pokemon, some energy, some supporters, trainers, everything. Right? Right.
But
All right. So now you'd normally, and we'll go through the game mechanics as time goes on, and we actually are going to probably show
I'm excited.
some, we're going to show some game mechanics on a video, and then we're actually going to do a live video coming up of a 2 out of 3 match between her and I playing a couple old school decks.
Some that I had to
Yeah.
piece together.
Well, I've got some too, so
Okay.
she would, yeah, I would offer her a cut and she could shuffle and whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll cover that later. So I take the top 7 cards off of my deck.
Oh, no.
I'm sure I've got the old rod in there to start. Oh my god, yeah, see that didn't shuffle very good. The good news, the bad news, good news, is I got 6 supporters, or 6 trainers and supporters, and 1 Pokemon that's not a basic, so I would have to redo my draw.
Why is that? If you got a Pokemon, but why can't you?
Yeah, because it's not a basic. Any Pokemon you put in play to start with, it has to be a basic Pokemon. And that was Metagross, and he's a stage 2, so I can't play him out of the turn. What are you digging that out for?
Just showing what.
Yeah.
It would show at the top corner like that, where it says basic.
Yeah.
Right below their name.
Again, these are mechanics we'll get into in a future video. This is just to show you more so of the deck building and how a deck can work. Okay? That's what today's video is about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So here's my basic Pokemon. He's going to go face down in front of me in the active position, and when we do their gameplay, we'll probably put a board out here to show you everything, where everything gets placed and how everything is used. So there's my 6 prizes. So I'm starting with Steelix. Okay, so I draw a card for my turn. Oh, that's a good one. I get my stadium card that gives me 20 extra HP on basic Pokemon. Here is a energy attachment for my turn. Oh, and look at there. See, I have Beauty.
That's actually a really good start.
Yeah,
no, you can't play that right now.
Why?
Because you go first.
Right. But this one allows you to go first, to play it when you go
first.
That's why we play this,
okay.
and we can actually play this and Lily, 4 of each. Because you guys remember, 4 of any card in a deck. You can only play a maximum of 4. So if you have 4 of these, and 4 of that Lily card we showed you, you could actually play 4 of each, and have 8 supporters in your deck that would allow you to go first, or allow you to play a supporter whether you go first or not. So we're going to play that card and try to get some more stuff out that we need. Oh, look at there. There's 2 more guys for the bench.
That's not bad, actually.
No. No, I don't have anything else to play right now because I've played a supporter, and that would be the end of my turn. So my opponent would do their thing or whatever, and then it would be my turn again.
Yeah, 1 damage.
Oh, whatever. I don't know craps about that. Okay, so we've got Opal, and this allows us to flip 2 coins. We use evens for heads and odds for tails, so 5 makes it a tail, and 1 makes it a tail, so we got 0.
Why use dice sometimes over
Yeah.
coins? Because some people can't do that.
Right, exactly. So we'll attach another energy for our turn, and unfortunately, we don't have much else to go with. Oops. So our Raging Hammer gives 30 plus 10 for each damage on him. Does whatever.
This
we
is
don't
where
care.
the deck's going to struggle.
Okay, Alistair. Draw 3 cards. If you draw any in this way, discard up to 3. Well, we've got to do that because we need stuff. 1, 2, and 3. And I think we will play. We have to discard at least 1 card.
At least 1.
Yep. So we're gonna get rid of. I'm gonna get rid of old PC, just cause. And I literally here. Well, I don't really want to heal that much damage off of Steelix because Raging Hammer does more damage, with more damage that he has on him. So we'll just leave him there. Whatever. We'll play another turn. Okay. There's. Gee whiz, this is so bad. And see, it's still clunky, but this is only our first time. Beauty lets me draw 2 cards. There's 1, there's 2, okay. There's our Beldum. We're going to play 2 Moo Cheese cards. Moo Cheese heals 30 off of 2 Pokemon, we'll say him. And then another Moo Cheese to get rid of all his damage. And then we'll attach a 3rd energy to him, and we do Raging Hammer for some damage. We don't know how much, whatever. So, again, this is just to show the draw. We'll play Opal.
And this is turn 4, correct?
Right, turn 4. There's a heads. There's a tails, so I can search for 1 card. And I'm probably going to search for... What should I search for? I think I'm going to search for this.
If you get the Metagross in your hand.
I have the Metagross.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I have the
actually.
Metagross, so that's where...
See, I wouldn't have known that because I was
Right. So we would search for 1 card. We're going to attach it for our turn. And, you know, there maybe we take a prize, but he's getting beat up pretty bad, so we got to be careful what we're doing. All right,
knock him out now.
Metagross now is there, so we have his ability, which gives us 0 retreat cost on our Pokemon.
Which is nice for this guy.
Yep. Expedition Uniform. Look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck and put them in any order that you want. And they're all terrible. Energy for turn. I'm probably going to put 1 on Dialga. And, you know, we can use, we have the Raging Hammer. Maybe it takes us another prize, and then he gets knocked out.
That's the end of your turn 5.
Right, and that's turn 5. So it's not.
But that's pretty good.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him up just for fun.
It's a good learning deck.
Absolutely.
Because you got different mechanics throughout the deck that you can
So
learn.
we're gonna use Pokekid. Does us a search for a Pokemon, reveal it, and then put it in our hand. And I'm going to take a Drillbur. Oh, Drillbur. Now, one thing you will notice also with this deck is there is a lot of times where I have very few cards in my hand. A card like Lily versus a card like Beauty would give you a draw till you have 6, so I could draw 4 cards. Beauty only lets me draw 2, so there's that. And I haven't played a supporter yet, so I'll play Beauty. Draw 2. Oh, there's a great one. Rocky Helmet. That's a great. Now, I'm not going to attack, and here's why. This guy has a counter strike ability, so if somebody hits him, and even if he's knocked out, they take 3 damage counters. But with the Rocky Helmet attached to him, now they take 5 damage counters. So we can hurt our opponent by just sitting here twiddling our thumbs and building up some guys on the bench. Good things. Yes? Yes.
It's a good Pokemon you can use as a
This is defense.
decoy.
This is defense. Yeah? Alright, so there's my Excadrill. And then I drew the Lily, so now I can draw till I have 6. And since I only have 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's a little bit more stuff we can play with.
You're making me want to play.
There's a level ball. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe we'll play a game. And level ball.
That's next video.
Yeah, that'll be another video, though. Well, let's see. What do we got here? We can't take that guy. We can take him. So there's only a couple of guys we can take on our deck with level ball, but for what we're doing right now, that's something. Okay. I really don't need to use that. Oh, here. Let's put this on here. Rocky Helmet. Okay. So, again, we wouldn't do very much. Maybe he's knocked out, but they've taken 5 damage counters each time they've hit us. Maybe we get a prize. Get rid of the stadium card because they threw that out, whatever. Now, this makes this interesting. He's the guy you really like to start with, especially if you have cards that make you throw things out throughout the match or throughout the early setups or whatever. Here, let's play Opal. See if we can get at least one heads. There's one, and there's one. Okay. I'll show you why that's so important in a minute here. We're going to take our other Steelix out because we like him. He's our big attacker. He's what we want to try to build every time we play a game. We're going to attach an energy for our turn. We're going to put a Rocky Helmet on him as a tool. And then we are going to use Rewind Time, which is his first attack for 1 energy. It says attach up to, I think it's 2 metal energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Well,
and it doesn't say basic.
Right, but we already have a coding energy on him, so we don't really need another one.
If you wanted to,
right,
you could.
Yep, so we're going to take 2 metal energy cards out of our discard pile, and they're going to go on our Steelix. So now suddenly he's getting powered up and ready to attack again.
This is the type of stuff when we talk about synergy.
Yeah, these are the kind of things that you look for when you're building a deck, putting 2 guys together to make a true peanut butter and jelly sandwich, as I call it. 2 guys that work together in unison. Look at there. Okay.
But this deck, if you could do like 4 of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Start with him every time and then have the discarding things like the Alistair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what you look for. Speaking of Alistair, there he is. So we're going to draw 3. 1, 2, and 3. And we discard at least 1, so we'll throw that one away because we know now his attack allows us to take 2 energy cards out of the discard pile.
I'd put an Excadrill, yeah, because you only need 1 more for his big attack.
Well, I can do 1.
Well, you might as well start on the other guy because you got the energy in your hand.
Right. Okay, so we'll build up a backup attacker just in case.
Since he's only 1 away.
Yep, so he goes away now. He's knocked out. We'll pretend that guy's gone, and then we'll bring him up.
The beast.
The big old Steelix.
Metal Snake.
Metal Snake. There's that guy. There's that guy. 7 cards. Reveal a supporter.
Hopefully you can get something that gives you an energy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we're pretty much looking for Alistair right now. And we have an Alistair. So we're getting a little thin on deck, which I'm a little surprised it's running as well as it is, considering.
I'm actually impressed with this
Yeah,
deck.
so we'll throw away the Alistair, or play the Alistair, draw 3 cards, and then we discard 1. We'll throw away the Beldum. Now here's another trainer we can play. Shuffle up 2 Pokemon or 2 basic energy cards. Is it either or?
Yeah, it's either or.
It's either or. So I think I want Pokemon right now, and I think I want Dialga. and Steelix.
Yeah, as long as you've got one metal energy for the Dialga, you can always infinitely have your energy back.
Always get your energy back as long as you have a Dialga. You might have to sacrifice a prize or waste a turn attacking with Dialga to get the energies, but when you can attach 2 at a time plus the one for your turn, that's really good. So there's our 5th energy. Wham! We can hit hard. Take prize. Okay, and so on and so forth. You guys get it. So we're gonna wrap this video up, and but this is to just show you sort of the next level of building a Pokemon deck. Again, to review, we have, I believe we're down to 15 energy cards in this deck. Should we go through it?
Yeah.
So what we'll do is here's how we'll go through and set up a deck, just so you can see what we do when we're trying to sort through a deck, change a few cards at a time, lay it out in front of us so we can see it, how we break it down, and how we build it back up again, okay? We'll show you that real quick. So all I'm doing here is I'm separating all of my cards by either the trainers, supporters, and stadiums and things in one pile, all of the Pokemon in another pile, and all the energy cards in a third pile. So we'll go through and we'll do this. And we do this when we're developing a deck, when we're working on something. We will do this 100 times with one deck just to try to get it right. And it doesn't always get right, but that's okay.
The fun of it.
Yeah, so then now what we'll do is we'll separate all of our trainers and supporters into their individual groups, or each card individually, whatever it is. We sort these out so we can see exactly how much of each card we have and what we can do about it. See, I think leaving this in as just a draw engine along with Lily, I think both would really be beneficial.
Honestly, do 3 for you and get rid of the Opal.
Right, exactly.
I like that Alistair. It's good for the Dialga.
Alistair is great for the Dialga. You're absolutely right.
Personally, me, if you were able to get more of those Dialgas, I would swap them out with the Drill Bears completely.
Oh yeah,
and do 4 Steelix.
Yep, 4 Steelix and 4 Dialgas.
Then keep the Stunfisk. That's actually fun.
Stunfisk can be good. The Metagross is amazing.
Yeah, you gotta keep
the free retreat is just cool.
Especially on the Steelix at 4 retreat cost.
Exactly. Yep, because you don't never want to retreat him, not for the price. Okay. So you can see there's our trainers, and I do them 4s at the top, then all the 3s. And then if I had any 2s, I'd do those, and then we lay the individual singles, the one-ofs, if you will, because we have one of each of these. And that way we can just kind of see what we have in the deck for cards. Here's our energy cards. We only have 3 of these. It would be nice to have a 4th, but we don't have one because we only got 3 in our box.
And that's okay.
That's perfectly all right. And then we also have our basic energies being that gives us 14 energies total. And then once again, we'll lay out our Pokemon just to show what those are and where they belong and all that kind of stuff.
Honestly, this really isn't a bad deck for a starter.
For something we just threw together and tried to make something go out of what we had, it doesn't play too bad. It's not going to win you worlds or anything like that. But
you might win a Wick League.
You could win a league match with this easily. Yeah. So now what we'd do is we'd sit down and look at this and go, okay, hey, look, we got another Steelix. So what can we replace in the deck for the Steelix? We'd probably start cutting the Drillbur line.
Like what I would personally do would be this.
Yep, I agree.
Do 2 Steelix.
Yep.
And then an extra Beldum.
Yeah, maybe an extra Beldum, or you could even...
Or you could do this and get the rare candies in there.
If they're allowed.
Yeah. But that's a whole nother...
Yeah, that's another advanced deck building thing. But this is probably... I would probably do that, and then either add another guy...
That could go to the
or it could become another Lily, or something like that. So, just some ideas on things you can do with your deck, and go from there. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. We're going to get started on some other things we're going to do today.
I'm excited.
Say thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here.
Woo!
You know the regular routine by now, to like, to share, to subscribe, to comment.
2 thumbs up.
To 2 thumbs up, the ring-a-ding bell so you know when we come out with another video, which, who knows, maybe we'll start doing this on a weekly basis too. It's hard to say. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll take care. You take care, and we'll see you on the next one.